Okay, I think we're going live. Oop. Let's go. It's music. Man, this camera's so wild. Can never tell if it's following me or not. All right. Let's do that. Let's go. Today is Wednesday. Perfect. Okay. Almost ready. I'll be there in just a second. Tags. Architecture, infrastructure, coding. CDN, cloud. Okay, that should be good. Let's publish that. And burp. Post that. Close that. Close that. Come back to that later. Okay. Ready. All right, let's get this thing finished up. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. Don't think I need you anymore. We might come back to that in a bit. Cool. Should be good. Oh, right. I'm supposed to tweet about this. All right. Let's go. Burp, burp, burp. And mention this. Terraform, what else? Terraform, Node.js, Qwik. What else are we covering in this? Drizzle, I guess. Cool, that's done. Great, sent. Let's do this. Where am I? So I need to clean this file up and make sure that, I mean, some of this is not going to work as expected. I think I want to change my domain name. I need to make sure that my Linode domain names are set up correctly. Oh, and if I get this done early, I'm going to work on a Coolify stack script, or I want to see custom Linode marketplace app. I don't know, something like that. Sorry with Linode marketplace. How do I create a Linode marketplace app? Here we go. Submit your app. Register your marketplace app. Build your Ansible playbook. Okay. Upload your app to GitHub. Engage with the community. That's cool. I don't know Ansible. I'm not going to learn Ansible. Okay. Don't need you. Don't need you. domains. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm going to use the domains that I have. Cool. I'm going to do the Terraform VPC demo. That's fine. I've got my variables. That is necessary. Domain 1 and 2 is necessary for this app. The node port is necessary. Start command, I have that configured correctly finally. Database, username, password, or name, user, password, and port I need. The host is going to be provided. And then I need the IP, or the VPC subnet IP. I also have a couple hard-coded values, but that's fine. Domain 1 and 2 is good. SSH key is good. VPC is good. Okay, Linode application. Application. Oh man, I had these backwards. Application 1 depends on database 1. I'm kind of thinking I may not need these, so we're gonna try without those. Oh, actually, you know what? Before I change anything, let's go. Oops, Terraform, destroy, auto approve. Cool, that'll bring everything down. Destroy everything that I have created. Rock some Rose City Rollers, baby. Okay, while it's doing that, what I want to do is domains, SSH keys, VPCs, database 1 and 2. I want to modify these, so maybe I don't need to depend on these. So I mean, it's a little bit of a risk. That's test number 1. Let me make sure this is good first. Update, install NVM, install Node, install PM2, run the startup thing, build the app, run the build. Those were commented out, so yeah, start command still works. Okay. Install caddy, configure caddy. We're going to get rid of this line. That should be good on the port. Okay, this is usable anywhere. Great. Terraform, correct Linode or Ubuntu, correct application or Linode type, the label. Let's see, the label I think I'm going to clean up. Demo. This is not going to be Linode 1. This is going to be application 1 and 2. And I will learn how to clean this up so I'm not being super redundant. Hopefully I can reuse these blocks at some point. Okay, got the SSH keys. Interface. Interface public I need for this one. Interface private VPC. This needs to use the subnet ID. I don't know if I need this guy. I do not need this guy, so I think I can leave that out. Unless I'm looking for .vpc. No, I'm not. Okay, cool. So I think I can leave that out. The IPv4 address. then we're going to configure server 1. Kind of wondering if this all should just be a stack script. That we basically have kind of like this. But if I make that a stack script, I'll figure that out tomorrow. Whether it should be a stack script or not. Because we are configuring server 1 using this, and the benefit of a stack script is I can then upload this entire thing and that's what I want. Upload this entire thing and then reference it, which is kind of nice. Look into that actually while I'm here. So let's go Terraform, Linode. Let's go stack script. Can I do variables? Stack scripts can include variables whose values are specified when the instance is created. Love that. Don't see examples of where the variable is though, unless it's the stack script data. Component block defines a variable whose value is provided when creating an instance or disk using the stack script data. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so let's scriptify the database stuff. We're gonna do database setup 1 and database setup 2. When I use the stack script and I got the stack script ID. Gotcha. And then package. Installs a package. Name. Okay, let's see. No, let me get this working first. Okay. Configure server 1. Cool. Git clone that. That could be a variable. Oh, I'm gonna make this much nicer. So let's do this. Let's do, because I want to reference this later. Let's do boop boop var dot GitHub repo. Let's create a variable. Variable GitHub repo is going to be type of string and default equals that terp type. Cool. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Okay. Git clone. We're gonna grab this guy. Pass this here as well. And that's going to clone into a folder which can be static. CD into that static folder. This stuff will be changed. Okay, the server init file is fine. The one that needs to change, this is also fine. The domain stuff is fine. Here, this is the stuff that needs to change. So this stack script, db setup 1. Local app name. And I'm gonna do setup. There you go. Oh, that should have been the same. Setup dash. Sets up the database. Great. And then it's going to do bin bash Postgres. Create database name. Perfect. Create user. This part is fine. Listen addresses should be fine. For the first one, for sure. That's going to be where it's going to listen from, allow addresses. And this is going to be listen. So this is what I have. I need to look at this VPC subnet stuff. So the VPC subnet, IPv4, Linode, a list of the Linode IDs. Okay. What I would like to see is, can I get the VPC ID dynamically? Instance. Let's see, VPC. You can do purpose VPC. That's the IPv4 address it would get. Purpose subnet ID. That's the interface. That is primary IPv4. This field is currently only not for interface with VPC purpose. Okay. What I would like to do is see if I can get the attributes. The following computed attribute is available in a VPC. The ID of the VPC which this interface is attached to. Okay. Subnet ranges that are routed to this interface. Okay, the following arguments are available. I don't want arguments. What I want is attribute references. I want to be able to reference the VPC. I don't think I can. Attribute reference IP address, string containing Linode's public IP address, IPv4, Linode's IPv4 address. Each Linode is assigned a single public IPv4 address upon creation and may get a single private IPv4 address if needed. You may need to open a support ticket to get additional IPv4 addresses. So I want to get the IPv4 address. Yo. What's up, bird? Yeah, I put my hoodie up when I didn't have time to fix my hair. And I felt like it looked like crap. I mean, hoodie and mustache, I'm basically doing some Primogen cosplay, aren't I? Yo, so I got some help from my team, and I got things figured out. So everything is working as intended. Now it's a matter of like cleanup. But if we go to VPC demo1.austingill.com, was that it? Should have been. I swear to God, VPC demo1.austingill.com. If I'm having more freaking DNS issues, I'm gonna be so furious. That's also okay though. If I curl dash xk get. Oh, oops. Curl. Could not resolve host. Am I doing this wrong? Hold on. Oh, I'm dumb. I just destroyed these resources. Never mind. Forget it. I'm failing the blue ninja hair. No, I totally just destroyed everything and have not brought it back up, and then I started trying to fix this. So, not worried about that. But essentially the problem I had here was before, it's something about computer interfacing, which is a little bit beyond me. Don't ask me to explain, but basically with Postgres, you can allow access from certain IP addresses, and I was allowing access from the public network, and that was not working. And so because we're in VPC in a private network, I need to allow access from a private network here. So in the previous version, or in like application 1 that is less secure, we are accepting traffic from all IPs. And here we are accepting traffic only from the internal VPC subnet, if that makes sense. I'm going to try a couple things here. I'm going to try same net. Should be fine. So I don't need this thing. And I can basically hard code this. And we will hopefully work on that. What I want to also do is have my listen addresses work. This should not make a difference. In fact, I probably will leave that the same. You're not looking forward to deal with this stuff. Yeah. Well, it kind of depends how big you grow. At the startup level or entry level, like, you should not even have to deal with this. Use a service that handles this for you. At some point, those services become so expensive that it's worth it to run your own infrastructure, which may not necessarily mean your own, your own infrastructure, your own like cloud services, but you may want to do like bare metals, like rent cloud services, rent bare metal from some cloud service provider, and then run your own deployment pipeline and stuff like that. So, this is the thing that's kind of bothering me. I wish I could do this. I wish I could have this without hard coding that there. Yeah, the nice thing about running your own is you can kind of move it anywhere, but you know, you have to maintain it. So at some point there's a cost benefit analysis that you have to do. But yeah. Let's try this. You know what I might do? I might move my Terraform variables. Start command. Yeah. I think I'm gonna cut these out. No, it's fine. You can't see what I'm doing. It's okay. Come back to that later. So, I want... That's the thing you fear most, being fully locked into something. That's why you just use Docker. Yeah, honestly, use that if you're already there. I think the other systems are really nice to avoid using that stuff, and totally valid argument is to not use Docker. Like if you like in the right context, you don't know Docker, don't learn Docker. Oh my goodness. Hold on a sec. Hold on 1 second. It might be snowing here. Like, not here, but somewhere else in the city. Oh! Gets down here just chilling, conked out until I went up and disturbed him. Okay, I'm not gonna make this too configurable. This is probably gonna be just something you can copy and paste. I'm gonna clean it up, make it somewhat configurable, but yeah, I think this is good. I think I'm gonna redeploy with everything as it is. The only thing that I really need to change. This one's fine. This should now work. I believe. This I would like to change. This I would like to change to be at least some sort of variable. So this and that match. These basically need to be the same. Technically speaking, I could use a star. Technically speaking, I'm going to use a star because that's just easier. Why complicate my life? Okay, so that's going to listen at every interface available on that machine, and then it's going to allow access from any other computer within the same VPC subnet. Cool. And in fact, I'm going to try this. Let's do, well, yeah, let's try this. So that'll be another hard-coded value that I would prefer. Okay. Right. Let me test something really quick. Let's go echo test into test.txt and cat test.txt. How do I get a new line? Nope. I think maybe it needs to be single quotes. Am I missing? Isn't that the... getting distracted. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's fine. Okay. I think this is ready. This is the only thing. But if I'm not actually referencing this anywhere, I may not even need this. So let's try this. Let's try not having that. Not hard-coded. Yo, that's what I thought. That's what I did. Right? We have new line here, new line here. We have double quotes and single quotes. I thought that that would have worked. I don't know. It's fine. It's a little distraction. I'm trying to get rid of all of these hard-coded things. I think I might have that. Right. Okay, I think it's going to be it. So let's try this. Let's go Terraform, apply, auto, approve. Boop. Not bad. /n/r. I don't think that would work though, because that would at least leave the /n in there, wouldn't it? Let's try. Let's see. This is going to take a while. So echo double quotes new line. Because it's in my history. I don't like that. I don't like that history thing, Edge. Echo double quotes new line. Thank you. That's not what I want. I want new line. Hello. Okay, so there they kind of have it on multiple lines. I don't think that's it. Echo. This is it. This is it. /r/n. Oh, pass the E flag. Got it. Okay. That might be the case. Probably not. It's the E flag. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So can I do this? No. Let's do echo -e test/n test end into test.text cat test. Okay, cool. And this is just a silly thing, just because I kind of want to add. Let's do. Actually, no. Let's do that. I kind of want to add. What am I doing? Okay, I kind of want to add some comments in here. So I want to do echo. This is going to be a comment that says whatever. What is this? Listen on all interfaces. And then /n. Okay. And then listen on all interfaces here is going to be allow connections from all hosts. And this is going to be in this allow connections from hosts on same network on VPC. Cool. Already learned something new. E flag on echo. Yes, there you go. That's what I'm here for. In this stream, I teach you stuff. I teach you stuff by not knowing it myself and then going and figuring it out. Cool. Okay, everything deployed. I'm so shell-shocked, or like, I'm so, what is it? Yeah, I guess it is shell-shocked. I have PTSD from the DNS stuff I did yesterday, and I probably shouldn't trivialize PTSD, but VPC demo 1.austingil.com is not loading. Demo 2 is loading, but it's not working. Okay, so what's the problem that happened there? I actually fixed this earlier today. So root at those two VPCs talk to each other, you get IP clashes. Those, it's not two VPCs, there's one VPC in the mix. One of the apps is not behind a VPC, the other is. So what I have is, let's see, demo application 1, demo application 2 is the one I should be connecting to, which is at this IP address. Yes, that's fine. And we're gonna say PM2 list, that one, PM2 logs. Seems to be fine. We do have a connection timeout. That is the problem. That's the problem. Okay, I got the hosts. I got the host wrong. I got the, yes, this is fine. I didn't fix one of the things that needs to be fixed, and that is the IP address. No, here. This should not actually be, this was the thing that I needed access to. The database host in server 1 is fine. Server 2 is actually going to need to connect to the VPC, private IP address, which in this case is 10.0.0.3. So the problem is I am using the public IP address here. It needs to be the private IP address, and that's not going to work. So this is going to be database 2, not the IP address, but I think it might be the IPv4, which I realize sounds like the same thing, but it should not be. But in order for this to work, I do need to pass this interface. I need access to this number. I'm going to pull this out and actually reference this as a variable. Copy, and this is var dot, what is it? DB, I don't know, DB private IP, sure. So we'll start with that, which means application 2 needs to connect not to this instance, although I do want to try that. Let me see. What do I have? Okay, let me do this one thing at a time. We have the public subnet IP. I'm going to do the variable equals, no, variable db private IP, thank you. Type is string. Default is going to equal that value. So I'm going to have to reference that somewhere later on. And let's just prove that this is actually going to work. This is not currently working because it's trying to connect to the public IP address, which is not available. So what I need to do is get into my database that it's trying to connect to, root at that. Why is this not working? Is it because I am not allowing SSH access in? Because that would be a problem. Let's see, listen addresses. I feel like it should have been pushed up to listen with all. That's not even, that doesn't even matter though. That's a Postgres thing. So why am I not able to SSH into my VPC? I'm going to try removing it from, or unassigning it from the VPC, which means I have to wait to power it down, power it back up. There's not a firewall on it. So what is the problem? Let's see. Reps exe. Am I a front-end software engineer? Yes, I am. I mean, I don't know. I do a little bit of everything. I personally prefer front-end development. The problem is you are not using Power Center 1 and 2. Yes. Well, I'm actually reserving those domains for the demo. So hopefully when I do this live and actually push it up, I don't want to have any sort of DNS issues. So I'm kind of like trying it here, getting it fixed. And then on demo day, we'll use those domains. And then if things don't work, I can fall back to like showing off this setup. So I'm going to do it today. Trial and error, get this stuff running. Once this is running, I'm going to pull a don't touch it. Nobody touch it on those applications so that we can at least show off, like, worst case scenario, how it's working. These days we have to be full stack plus DevOps plus ML engineer. It's a crazy amount of stuff we have to level up on to do our jobs. Yes. Chris Coyer from CSS Tricks on his personal blog, I think a while back, or even as a conference talk. He did a conference talk / blog post. That was like, I'll just pull it up. Let's see. Chris Coyer, all powerful front end dev. It's something like that. The all powerful. Look at that, nailed it. All powerful front end developer. Yeah. But yeah, basically, okay. So okay. It's not a blog post. It's just a talk. I would recommend checking it out. Where he kind of goes into this. We're not going to watch it. We are not going to watch that either. But yeah, definitely check it out. You know what? Okay, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I'm going to pull it up on my not private browser. All powerful front end dev. I'll share this in the chat. Where's the video? Oh, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Okay, well, I know it's here. So we can go video of the talk. Here we go.
Build a website in 2 minutes, 38 seconds.
Can I paste? Yes, there you go. Give me a second, Stony. Can't you see what I'm doing? So yeah, his talk is basically, it was about how front-end developers, I know ads, front-end developers have all of this responsibility and knowledge that we have to have in our head. I think his talk was around Jamstack. So it was knowledge of building the front end. And because it's Jamstack, a lot of that context was around building static sites too. So when you're building static sites, you have to have some knowledge of the back-end process that's going to be building the app. That's eventually going to generate the static code that gets shipped to the front end. So already you have some crossing of the chasm between front end and back end. And keep in mind, these are static apps, right? Then you have some client-side JavaScript that's going to run. You have some functionality you want to add to the front end with that JavaScript, and that might need to talk to some sort of service, like a back-end service. That, let's just say it's not a full-blown back-end app. So you want to be a front-end developer, and we're not going to assume any title or any responsibilities that would make you like a backend developer, right? You're not going to build a database or build an API or things like that. But what you can do is deploy to a service that can allow you to write some functions that run in the backend, serverless functions or functions as a service, such as Netlify, right? So you can, with your front end code, you can deploy a folder that has functions that will run in the back end, and they will provide some sort of API for you. So then you can hit those. And so all of a sudden it unleashes a whole bunch of superpowers that front-end developers now have access to without even having to talk to or work with the back-end developers, right? Like, maybe I don't need to talk to a database, but I can talk to a bunch of services and like make these HTTP requests and do stuff, right? And you might want this, you might need a back-end functionality because you have, let's say, a resource-intensive process you want to run that doesn't make sense on the client, or you have some sort of authenticated request you need to make and you don't want to leak those credentials to the client. A number of reasons that would still sort of qualify as not really what you would consider traditional back-end work. And it's wild how much power it unlocks, but with that, with great power comes great responsibility. That responsibility being you have to understand the limitations, the context, the security concerns or performance or whatever sort of concerns that are relevant in a back-end world that is different than a front-end world. So yeah, it's wild. And now with all that stuff, yeah, you tie in things like ML. I don't even know. So it's really, the lines are continuing to blur between front end and back end, and you get that full stack stuff. And at the same time, the full stack hat means you work on both sides, but I don't think that means you're necessarily good at them. So I went from my career being a front end developer to identifying as a full stack developer because I was doing everything, but then I got to understanding and doing everything good enough. Like, the better you get, the more you start to be aware of where you're lacking. And so I realized I'm not really a full stack dev because I'm not great at all of it. I'm pretty good at the front end. I mean, I'm pretty decent at like several things. I'm not a database administrator. I really don't like being tasked with like thinking of the business or an application from a business perspective and how I would design a database around that. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do the DevOps stuff. And yet here we are. So it's like I'm kind of like going full circle and kind of going back towards my origins and just saying, you know what? I'm just a front-end developer. I don't want to do all that other stuff. AWS Amplify has that function. Google has something similar. Yeah, I mean, all of these have some sort of function as a service offering. And there's some really cool ones, and it's really awesome. Like, I'm glad that we have that available. Okay, what happened here? Connection timeout. Oh, right, I turned off my machine. That's right. That makes sense. Okay, cool. We're going to unassign it. It is now unassigned. We're going to go back to our Linodes. And we're going to turn it back on. Power on. This is going to take a little bit too. I probably should have paid attention and done that while I was talking. Now this is something I don't yet understand that probably is worth fixing. Is how do I configure my VPC in such a way that it will allow, I mean, this might be, you don't use a VPC for this, but I want to be able to SSH into my machine that's in the VPC. Like this. No, like this. Connection refused. There we go, like that. It was still powering up. Okay. I want to be able to connect to it. And then what I need to do, what was I doing? Right, the thing that I didn't have correctly had something to do with this file, I believe. I'm gonna check both of these actually. Let's check you. Let's nano you. Oh, okay. Okay, that's a problem. I think I know what one of the problems was. I removed these lines, so my application would not depend on database 1 and 2. Might need that set up. Okay, that's going to be attempt number 1. Now, my stack script. Do you see setup demo 1? No, I want to do setup demo 2. Okay. We are in here. I'm going to try just running my stack script from the top to the bottom. It's okay if y'all see this. You can't see the stack script, but I'm going to do the commands one at a time. And what do we got? Things like Drizzle and Liquibase have made databases more manageable. Yeah, Drizzle is freaking awesome. Liquibase, I have no idea what that is. Start database server using... Okay. Permission denied, that's fine. Where are we? No, there and there. Okay, create the database, please. Okay, that looks right. Echo that. Let's do this. And restart Postgres. Now, that's the database, right? And this is the application. Okay, and one of the problems is it's trying to connect to the public IP address, which is not correct. So I need to, one, change that variable, which I think I did. Kind of. I'm going to try it this way, and then I'm going to use the variable approach next if I can't do that. But I need to PM2 environment variables. There's a way to do this. I want this. Restart, update environment variables. So I'm going to do I'm going to do db host. Now I'm going to point to the private IP address of the host. And then I'm going to do PM2 restart the app, and then update env, I think. Env. Okay, let's do PM2 logs. Oof, that ain't right. No, is that right? No, that ain't right. That's right, I have to add the service back onto the VPC now. Okay, you assign Linodes the database to assign the Linode. Cool, reboot needed. We're gonna reboot that. I should be getting kicked out of here any minute. What is this? This is trash, don't need you. Yep, you're gonna keep trying, that's fine. You should have kicked me. Yeah, there we go. Kicked me out. Great. And then we got ecosystem config.js. Yeah. Config file. Let's see. What do we get? Things like, you remember your Drizzle query that took an hour to process? Yes. A single database query that takes an hour to process. I mean, that's because you're doing there's so much data that you're ingesting, right? Barco, the environment variables file for PM2, I looked into that, the ecosystem.config.js file. Good suggestion. I don't think I want to do that because essentially the environment variables, we had this conversation a couple times on the stream about how I want to handle the environment variables. And either way, at the end of the day, I want to manage my environment variables in this file. So this is the only file where I want to actually set any environment variables. I'm going to delete that. And with them in here, then it's a matter of how do I get them from Terraform into my application. And with my application, I have two options. I can do them inline, which is what I'm doing, or I can create a file that contains them. And frankly, both of them are going to be run through a command line script sort of like this. So it's either a matter of echoing and like writing to disk that environment variable file and then injecting the variables as needed, or just doing them inline. For some reason, I kind of feel like inline sort of makes sense. Recreating index on a lot of data. Oh yeah, for Stony. Guess I also end up doing with EF core. Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna try and tell you what you should do with database queries, but sometimes like the way Prisma does it is interesting. I didn't like it at first because something that can be handled by a single query, it gets switched up into multiple queries. I did hear why they do that, and a lot of the times ORMs do end up doing things better than if you write it yourself, unless you're a SQL master. But yeah, that was an interesting choice, and I try to do things in a single query wherever possible. Like I would rather do things in a single query and then I don't know. I liked how Drizzle does it better. Okay, so I was using an unrecommended profile. Okay. All right, so now I think maybe that should work. Wait, oh no, the app is not running, right? Because it couldn't connect. We're going to get into the database, and see, this is the weird thing. So now the database is in the VPC, but I can also connect to it. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's up with that, but let's do. Right, I want to do something like this. I want to nano this file. I want to see if this is set up correctly. So right now, this is accepting all hosts from the same network. Now that it's in the VPC, I feel like this should actually work. Okay, this is not the file, or this is not even the server I want to be in. I want to be in this server. I want to check the logs. I think at this point the application is up and running and should be working in theory. PM2 list. This will tell me how many times it's reloaded trying to connect. And as long as that stays constant, then it's not really retrying. So that means it should be running. IP address hasn't changed. Okay. Booyah. Okay. Couple things to fix in my configuration to clean up and stuff. But basically, this one will work. Same net works. The thing that needs to be changed is the variable here. So I'm going to try running this again. If I do this too much, I'm going to run into DNS issues again. Todd, you can't just keep calling me mushy peas. That is not okay. Where were we? One argument saw. Okay, that's right. I remember we were wrestling with env vars a bit last time. Yes. So the thing that fixed it for me was understanding basically this line here. I was trying to connect to the database from the public IP address, which once you're in a VPC, well, what is it? The secret is, yes, the database configuration on database setup 2 is this line here is saying hey, current computer, or Postgres, the instance where Postgres is running, I want you to listen on all interfaces on the machine that Postgres is in. So all of the sort of IP addresses that it has available, go ahead and listen to traffic coming into those IP addresses. The next line says, hey Postgres, only allow access to from computers that match whatever you put here. Like allow hosts, I actually don't know what these stand for, but you can put either something like a specific IP address. So if I want to connect from my computer, I need to add another line that includes my IP address. What I have here is allow any other computer that's on the same network. So because we have a VPC set up and both of these boxes are on the same network, they can connect. Or I can say, hey, go ahead and allow access from anyone on any network, which is not what I want because that's the security concern. All right, mushy peas. Yeah, I'm mushy peas and you're lobster rolls. I get it. And I guess Tony is fish fingers. Very nice. This is definitely my channel. I have what is it? I have cultivated an audience, a very specific type of audience. Oh gosh, Stony, that is too much. There's a SQL assistant / code generation LLM called SQL Coder, free to use and run locally via CLI. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with the generative AI stuff for some of these things. Like some of the problems I'm dealing with specifically today, I don't think AI would actually, at least in its current state, would actually be much help. But hey, AI, write me this SQL that like grabs this information from this table and references this data, or especially when you can do something like add your database to a vector database that can be queried by AI. That seems really good. Oh, we need to have a band now that we have, it would be, let's see, we've got mushy peas, fish fingers, and lobster rolls. We need one for Barco. Dog breath? No. Barco, I don't know you well enough to really throw something out there, but clearly it's mushy peas and the underwater bandits. That sounds like the wet bandits from Home Alone. I know who you refer to. No, I don't. Honey bun, flapjacks, mushy peas and the flapjacks, or just flapjacks. Somehow all food related and somehow all sounds suggestive. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm like, oh, honeybee. Yes, of course. Honey bun. That would be a good, I mean, to be honest, I think we would make a terrible musical group based on just my talents alone. But it sounds like fun. Mushy Peas sounds like a Pitchfork band that would open for Black Eyed Peas. I have no idea what a Pitchfork band is. A band that plays music via pitchforks. All right, so the thing I need to fix, the thing I'm going to try to get is this. I'm going to run this again. I'm going to try and get the IPv4 address off database instance 2, which I believe I can based on this. This is Linode's IPv4 addresses. Each Linode is assigned a single public IPv4 address upon creation and may get a single private IPv4. This is the one that I want, if needed. I wish there was a demo on this or a way to know what this is, but let's try it. Actually, running this will tell me. So it is working. I am a little reticent to exit out of this after getting it working, but Hopefully this will work. We're going to do Terraform, destroy, auto, approve. This is going to take a minute. Todd, how was your stream today? I see you kind of going back and forth between some dev stuff and some video games. Some Dungeons and Dragons online. You game now. No dev stuff. How's that working out? I'm kind of envious because at least it sounds like you get to have fun while you're streaming. Not that I'm not having fun. You're retired? Oh, that sounds amazing. Congratulations. If you don't mind sharing, what are your top retirement goals, interests, intentions, I guess? Sounds kind of like New Year's resolutions, but, you know, whatever. I mean, what are you most excited about for retirement? Because I am super excited, but I am not anywhere close. Okay. Whew. Moment of truth. One more check. We're going to try that. Same net should work here. Oh, this comment thing is kind of gross. I'm not going to keep with this comment format. I'm not. Don't love it. Kind of messes up this file. I do want these comments, but we're going to get rid of that. We're going to echo that. And what we're going to do is jump to each of these new lines and just end it. We're going to go that into whatever. And no, we'll do that. We'll do a new line and then echo again, start the same thing. And this is going to go there. And this is going to go there. And I guess I should have done it there too. Okay, that I like better because it makes it easier both when I'm reading this file and when I go and read the file on the server. I will know what this line does because the comment is here, and I'll know what this line does because the comment is here. That's better. Okay, kind of a moment of more truth. Terraform apply. So, Todd, tell me this. If you are retired from development, it sounds like are you going to do any more development, like solo or like side projects or whatever, or are you just like done? Because it sounds like, I mean, if you're kind of, I don't know what it sounds like, but if you, I guess the question is, are you watching my stream for me or because you're actually interested in learning something? And I assume most people are not trying to learn something here because let's be honest. No, wait, this way. Where is it? Because look at this. Are you here for this or for this? It's not this. It's this. It's probably this specifically. Don't really know what the future holds. Well, that makes two of us. You're here for me. Thanks. That's sweet, even if it is untrue. Nah, it's true. Some of you are here for Nugget. I'm here for cover you up. There we go. Stony, I have no idea what that face means. Your train ride from London to Brighton was the first step in our bromance. It really was. Oh my gosh. I felt so bad for telling you the wrong station to go to, and then you were like, you made the train by like 30 seconds. Like I was like, he's not gonna make it, and I was like jumping in and out of the cart, the ushers were like about to not let me back onto the train because I was watching for you. You had to get in what is it, the first class cart, and then walk through that because you couldn't walk down the platform to get in to our cart because you just wouldn't have made it. So you got in at the very first cart you could and walk through the train, and finally I see you. That was fun. Show a little nugget. I don't give that away for free. Yeah. No, I know it was fine from your perspective, but I just felt. You know when a memory still evokes like embarrassment? Yeah. I have no options. Well, there's other ways to pay, baby. We can do stuff, we can take it off stream. This ain't OnlyFans. I don't want your money. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, man. The dev stuff is tough. Okay, cool. What do we got here? Is set of string with one element. Okay. It's a set of okay. That's kind of what I expected, but let's see. Terraform. How do I access it? Like I want to get the first item in the set. Accessing Terraform set of one element. There we go. Okay, all items end up with, okay, looks like I can do this. Cool. Let's try same exact thing. Might be an issue. IPv4 0. This would be ideal. If this doesn't work, we have the backup to use the variable. I don't know if this is going to work, but nope. What is it? Invalid remote exec provisioner inline scripts must be a set. Exec provisioner. Okay. Elements of a set are identified only by their value and don't have any separate operations across. Okay. Okay, I don't think it's gonna work because we don't want to. I mean, I don't want to do this across all elements in a set, but I kind of do, but I have to reference it via the value, but then I don't know what the value is. I mean, that might be it. This is gonna be it. Hell yes, I think. No, maybe not, but I want the IPv4 address for the VPC. Let's hope this works. That shut me up real quick. This value does not have any attributes. Great. Okay. That's fine. In that case, variable time. What did I call it? The DB private IP. IP. Nope, that's not it. That is the one that I want for database 1. For database 2, we're going to reference for that. This is going to go up. This is hopefully going to I mean, at the very least, I'll get the application up. In this case, the database should now be provisioned. The database instance should now be provisioned correctly. The application itself, if this fails for whatever reason, should not be able to connect to the database, but I can log into the application. Now, the question I have in mind, or the only doubt or concern I have in mind, is for some reason I could not SSH into the database instance while it was in the VPC the first time, but when I removed it from the VPC and added it back, I could SSH in. So I have no idea what the issue is there, but that's a problem for another day. When you up the Terraform, you think you're actually provisioning in cloud for real? Yes, I am. So it is using the Linode provisioner. It is generating, I mean, I can show you, let's walk through the file because this is going to take a while. I'm basically in Terraform. I'm asking it to use the Linode cloud provisioner. I have a number of variables that we don't need to go through right now. I have a couple of domains on Linode already registered, and I just need to be able to access them. I'm making a reference to my SSH key, and then I am setting up a VPC. So this application, or this Terraform script, which cloud am I using? Linode. Yeah. So this Terraform script is going to generate 4 VPCs, or 4 VPSs for me. One application server, one database server for one application, so those two together, and then another application is going to contain the app server and the database server for a second application. Only one of those applications, in other words, two of those VPSs will live within this VPC, so they can communicate privately. Application 1 is just a regular Linode instance. Application 2 is a regular Linode instance, but it is going to live within the VPC. We have a couple of scripts to configure those servers with all of the things that I need, including this setup initialization script. Both of those are going to be identical except for a couple of variables, mostly what the host is for the database they're trying to connect to. One of them is the public one. The one that's not in the VPC is going to connect to the public IP address of the database server. The one that is in the VPC is going to connect to the private IP address within that VPC. I'm going to connect domain 1 and 2 to application server 1 and 2 respectively. And then database 1 and 2 also use the same setup script, with the exception, I think everything is exactly the same with the exception of the database within the VPC can actually lock down who can access, or what Postgres allows, where Postgres allows access from. So in the public one, it's allowing access from any IP address. In the VPC, it's allowing access only to other computers within that same network. And then we set up the database 1 and 2 with the database VPS 2 within the VPC. This is necessary because I need to set that up. Okay, that is set up. Everything should be there, I really hope. Okay, that's not going to work. Demo 1 for some reason is broken. I'm going to have to look into that. Demo 2, this is the VPC one, is not connecting at all. And I think, I wonder if that's the VPC issue that I had before. Like, do I have to? So there's one other thing that I was linked to when I look in my there's two thoughts here. One is the VPC seems to be gives me an error message about some things being misconfigured and points me to this, which I'll look through and hopefully try and fix. Option number 2 is I wonder if the VPCs just take a while to get up. like here, I'll show you what I'm sort of looking at. Here's my VPC. It's got these two applications in it. That's the subnet IP address or IP range that I'm giving it. These are the private IP addresses that they're registered with. This one gets 10.0.0.3, which is the one that we're trying to connect to. But I get these little error message. It's using an unrecommended configuration profile, update its configuration profile to avoid connectivity issues. So I don't know what the deal is there. I mean, I guess I could read it. I don't really want to, but the weird thing is when I reboot the VPSs, the configuration profile error message goes away, or warning goes away. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why this is taking forever. I don't know why this is actually demo 1 is not working, but I'm not really worried about demo 1. I do want to see, let's see. I do want to figure out also, I was curling stuff yesterday. Curl. Okay. Curl dash xk. So I need to do, is it kx? Okay, so that is working. We do have the Pokemon information in there. I don't know why it's not working. Probably some sort of DNS issue here, but at least curl can tell us that it's working. Number 2, let's see. This one I kind of expect is... This one I kind of expect not to work. And this is the issue that I'm talking about. It doesn't want to connect. It's not going to let me SSH in either. And I think I'm just going to go to my Linodes and reboot it. This is the database. And while that reboots, I am going to check this error message. Functions as a bootloader. Computer instance controls general boot settings, including disk is boot from. Disk will be mounted. Kernel. Okay. It's the right. View configuration profiles. That I should have read first. Fortunately, I can see the erroneous one and the hopefully fixed one. I know what the problem is. I have 2 network interfaces where it's not allowed. Or I have 2 network interface. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe that's the problem, actually. Maybe it needs that. And so that might be it. That might be it. So once this, where is it? Is it this one? My SSH. Okay, getting back to, I think that was the problem. Or not? All right, well, we're going to try, I wonder if I can just apply this really quick. Have all this stuff go up. Hopefully, no. You must power off Linode before replacing interfaces because VPC. I did reboot it. I did not power it off. So that could be it. So let's power off. That might have been the issue. One of them. I bet if I check my VPCs. Okay, I still have the wrong configuration. I'm going to check that if the configuration changes. Let me take a screenshot, I guess. Cool. And this is going to take just a moment. It is now offline. I can run this thing. Now I'm introducing two variables, whether it, well, I guess not. Field is not allowed for this interface type. Which field is not allowed? Failed to set boot config interfaces. IPv4. Yes, it is. Pretty sure. That's wild. Okay. All right. We're not going to introduce that. We're going to try it again with the power off. Okay. It changes matches configuration. We're going to power it on. Oh, this is close. The manual process is going to work. Okay. I know y'all can't see some of this booting stuff, but I promise it's a good booting. It's a great booting. Seems like it's powered on. The VPC is still showing me that error message. That thing is on. This should not connect. I should be able to SSH in though, right? No, so something about assigning it or unassigning it. So let's unassign Linode. Okay, gotta power it off again. I'll bring this over so you can see this part. Powering it off. So this is the issue, right? I mean, this is not the issue. This is a symptom of the issue. All right, Todd, lobster roll. Thanks for hanging out. Now, okay, now I can see that configuration thing is gone. So I wonder, nothing here has changed. That's the only network interface available. Whereas my application has two network interfaces available. One for the public. Is it ETH1 and ETH? Is it ETH0? Is that it? Is that what I need to reference? ETH0? Okay, and now if I unassign this, unassign that, I want to keep this so I can see. Okay, so that's what has changed. I think that's the problem. Oh, it changed without me. Okay, fine. This network interface was the VPC, like we had here. it had only this one. It did not have this public internet. Having changed it, unassigning it from the VPC meant that this changed, or had the result of changing that. Now, if I assign the Linodes, I go for my DB2, auto assign a VPC IPv4, that's fine. Assign that, done. Now, this is going, yep, you see? That's what happened. Okay, so that's the difference, why I can connect to this and not this. I need to make it publicly available. And then I need to power that on. Okay, good to know. That means this line should be the issue, or should be one of the fixes. All right, Stony Fish and Eagle Fingers, thanks for hanging out. This is going to be done. Actually, that's the end of my day anyway, too. But let's get to where this is actually just like connected, right? Okay. All of this I think I can close. And go Hue. Okay. I should be able to SSH in now. Yes, thank you. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to see these files. I'm trying to see these two files. Confirm that these are correct. No. I don't know what the problem was there. I think because it was not publicly available, things, I don't know, couldn't be reached to install the Postgres stuff probably. So the script never actually ran. All right, that's fine. Yeah, thank you. You are fine. We are going to Terraform, destroy. Oh my god, every freaking time. There you go. Okay, now I've said this like a million times on this stream. I think it's gonna work now. We do need that public thing. I'm gonna try that. I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna pull it down, I'm gonna push it up, and then I'm gonna call it a day whether it works or not. That's how confident I am that this is going to work. And then I'm gonna clean up this file tomorrow. I am so confident this is going to work. This thing is done. It's correct. That's correct. This is questionable. That's correct. These are correct. These are... This one is also questionable. I think this one's also not working. But it is on a curl request. So if I go here, let's go proxy again and see what we got. See demo 1. No, it's not working. You were supposed to be the easy one. Oh, I bet that's a depends on issue. No, I think I got that. What did I change here? That's it. This is fine. This part is fine. Okay. Terraform depends on... Okay, I am setting those up. In that case, I don't know. It's down. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is going to take 3 minutes, which I'm going to stay on for. And then I'm going to check the stuff, and I'm not going to do that again. boo. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. Boy, this has been a journey. Okay, we're done. I mean, done. Right, I think at this point, DNS is going to be my enemy, so curl get weird that that's not working. Expected that that's not working. Check out the Linode dashboard. Application servers are up and running. Database servers are up and running. VPC configuration is still showing a little error message, but database configuration now does have public internet. So I don't know. I can try Firefox. Okay, I do think this is going to be a DNS issue, so I'm going to see if this gets resolved by tomorrow. I'm not going to tear down or destroy and rebuild any more Terraform stuff. That's it. That's going to be the stream for today. That's all I got. Did kind of get it working though. not as good as I wanted, but it's good. All right. Anyone still on? Thanks for hanging out. I know a few of you had to leave early, so appreciate hanging out as long as you could. And I will probably not be back on tomorrow, but we'll see. Or if I am, I'll be working on something else, unless I don't get this done. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next time.